here today with Dr. Laura Veras regarding the work that we did on behalf of her son, who was bullied by another student in a public school in Florida. Tell me briefly about what led you to contact Windsor Law.
Well, my son was physically assaulted at school, and the school initially managed the situation well. They removed the bully from the school, and my son was actually thriving, doing well, finding new friends. But then 4 months after the assault, the child was placed again in the same school, which caused both my child, me and my husband, a lot of anxiety and stress. When I tried to address this with the school, hoping to have the child removed from the school, I was told that it was not a possibility. I tried talking to different people in the school district, and it just seemed like at that point I wasn't being heard, like I didn't have a voice, and no matter who I called, the matter was not being addressed.
When you say physically assaulted, what exactly happened to your son?
So the little boy, completely unprovoked, he punched my son in the face twice. He initially broke his glasses, and then when my son stood up to tell the teacher, he was punched in the face once and then once again.
Wow. I think I remember he had a bloody nose too, didn't he?
He did,
Yeah,
yes.
That was pretty horrible.
And the other kids in the classroom, this happened during class when the teacher was present and the students were present. They had to help remove the child from my son.
Wow, wow. When you called us, what were you hoping to accomplish?
I was hoping that by having legal counsel that my concerns were going to be heard by the school district and some action was going to be taken in place.
Were we able to accomplish that for you?
Definitely, yes.
Good.
I felt like I had a voice once I started working with you.
Do you mind if I explain a little bit about how we went about this? Because I know a lot of times parents don't understand they know the facts way better than we ever will, but a lot of times they don't know the laws that are triggered that we can use to sometimes bring about the outcome that they want. Do you mind if I share a little bit about your situation? First of all, we ordered the records because we never know until we look at those school records, and a lot of times the parents don't have all of the records, what services a child might need, and those services are really what differs in the protections of laws that can be applied to give us an outcome that's fair. And of course, a student like the student who attacked your son, he has rights, sometimes more rights than a neurotypical student. Even though what he did was wrong, he has a right to be in with kids that are non-disabled. So I was looking to see if there might be any rights that had never been uncovered for your son that we could use similarly to get a better outcome for him. In looking at those records, I could see that he had never been in counseling before. He'd never had any problems. He never had any behavior problems ever. He was always just a well-behaved, straight-A student. And I thought, he could be gifted. Mom and Dad are both doctors, they're bright, maybe sometimes that gives us a gifted child. So I was curious about that. And then I also wanted to see if he was in need of counseling, if the school should be providing him with some counseling, and they weren't. And so what I recommended is that once I looked at those records, is that we get him in for a good full neuropsych eval. And you took him to exactly who I wanted you to take him to, Dr. Christine Needham, who graduated from Harvard, who's very good down in Lee County. And sure enough, she uncovered that he was gifted, in need of full-time gifted education, and that this was causing him a great deal of anxiety. And through her report, we were able to then go back to the district and come back with stronger reasoning for requesting that the bully be moved, which we were pretty sure they weren't going to do, or they put him in a better school that could meet his needs, or perhaps be on the hook to pay for a private school, which in this case was about a $25,000 a year school. So then we filed a 10 business day letter, and we told the district that they had to step up, and they came to the table and negotiated, and what ended up happening is, I want you to tell us what happened, which was kind of neat.
So my son was actually transferred to a different school that has a Cambridge program. It was actually a school that we wanted to place him at the beginning, but they didn't have any spots, so that's why.
So they made a spot in an A school, and he went from being in a B school, and now he started a chess club. I mean, he's just
Dungeons and Dragon Club.
Yeah, he's done all kinds of things. So it's really turned out, to be really, even though it was a horrible event, it's turned out to be a real blessing.